Welcome back to the Crust. Now, my voice probably sounds a bit weird still. Not entirely done with the plague, but I do feel quite a bit better, and hopefully I won't have too much issues with coughing and stuff like that throughout the video. I've adjusted the volumes a bit in game, so please let me know if something is too faint, I guess, and that's the setting part. I've also done various minor maintenance things. You might notice that one of these is lacking now, and I also removed one of those. I intend to remove that one as well, but I'd like to get rid of some of this silicon before we do that. As for the what I've mined out, I have mined out most of the areas around here. I'm still mining out here, and I've cleared out so that we can build on these veins. One of these does, of course, not support 2 miners, much to my annoyance. And I also noticed that the 2 aluminium veins that we found down here in the region down here, they have a very low ore amount, like 10,977 on this one, and the other one is 10,710. Also built a couple of buckets around the place just for regolith, and a couple of charging stations as well as power poles so that I have light around the place. In terms of science, we have completed, and we're almost completing the drone upgrade battery level 1, but we have completed repeater, the underground conveyor 2 is done, the medical block is done, and also, for some bizarre reason that I'm not sure why I did, I also completed the cargo dock. I think that's a surface building, since it's connected to the Expedition Control Center. But yeah, we're currently researching the drone upgrade battery 1. After that, I have the flight control center in queue, the multi-regolith refinery upgrade 2, but these are... I haven't decided on these. 2 seconds, please. There we go. Sorry about that. Just a little bit of coughing. Now, I was looking at the tech tree. I was just looking at what would make sense to go after down here. The main things that... Like, I would like the machinery to see if I can... It says vehicle manufacturing technology allows you to produce smaller vehicles like rovers, scouts, and cargo trucks. Then we have the heavy machinery, and this one has something that I'm very curious about what is, the mobile drilling rig. I suspect that that might be my solution to the heavy minerals thing, or rare earth minerals thing, but we'll see. It also kind of makes sense to go down this path to get better power, large solar panels. The excavation speed, that's the one that I'm actually after in this path here. And of course also getting the engines upgraded would also be a good idea. In the engineering tree, there is not that much that tempts me right off the bat that I can say. Modular terminals, yeah, that sounds good, but I don't know what we need it for currently. I'm guessing that modular frames and stuff like that will be made in the assembler and the assembler 2, since these have, or high-tech factory, since these have like 2 inputs and these have 3 inputs, I believe. And in social, primarily I need people before I actually know what I need here, except for the stuff that we have. I do have the extended tender license in the research queue currently because I need something to soak the green. So yeah, that's the current state of things. I also completed 2 contracts. Both of them were for Malachite Industries. One of them was 300 titanium and 25 electronics, which gave 125,000 credits and 100 blue and 100 orange for 90 days. Yeah, new opportunities plus 100. There was another one with, that was a random one that I found, which was 443 aluminium and 48 components, which gave me 206,000 credits. So that's useful. Now, one of the things that I definitely want to build very quickly here, I want to build the hauling drone reconfigurator. So we're going to build that here. And connect it up, of course. There was, yeah, and we also want to move over here and look at these silicon deposits. Before we do that, though, I'm going to do something kind of bizarre here. One thing that I noticed when I built the I had the contract for aluminium, that's nice, was that it took ages for the aluminium to be transported by the drones up to the surface. So we should look at that. What tech did I just complete? Drone battery. Okay, let's go for the basalt excavation speed plus 50%, because that would be useful. I don't know what the flight control center is, but allows you to supervise orbital logistics and send and receive cargo pods. Maybe it makes things cheaper, something like that. As you can see, this belt is rather expensive to make, because it's a long belt. But that's okay. We are not currently suffering in terms of money, and we also have a lot of resources, so I kind of feel that this is a good resource usage currently. So I'm going to put that there and take the belt and drag it into it and set this to be aluminium and belt build all. That means the aluminium will be going all the way from over here, and it will take a while, but that's fine. Another thing that I really would like to do is to get things cleaned up in the area over here. I could upgrade this, because that upgrades it by 100%, which means I could remove that one and splice the belt here, or rather split the belt here so that it goes from the one to both of them. That's basically what's going on here, with the addition of what's needed for the bricks, which, to be honest, we have enough bricks currently. But I'm not sure I want to waste the money on that. What I do think I want to do, though, is build the not refinery, extractor. As far as I could tell, I could not fit 2 on this one. But 1, 2, no. The node is kind of out of place compared to where the ground node appears. I'm just going to put that there. I think this one will support 2, but I think I have to build them either that way. Yeah. So the one there, and one right beside it. If I'm very lucky, this belt, yeah. Okay, so that's that up and going. We're lacking 20 carbon fiber for this. Okay, I need to buy that then. Drop that there. Oh, yeah, that's kind of important that we do actually. We need to go to the planetary view, or moon view. This rover is not doing much anymore. Send it to the radio traffic outside of the research center. Now, the other thing that I want to do is the cargo truck. Leave the base. No, not leave the base. Stop. Go back here. How do I set up an expedition? Here. Okay. I've bought those modular terminals, so we have 5 of them there. So let's go to the cargo terminal, set an expedition, select transport, cargo truck. This will take 2 of our bots, but I have bought several of them. I think I've bought 6 of them. Kill all, and back to base. Maybe not back to base on this. Send. There we go. Since that is a quest thing, fix the cargo terminal. The bots need to transport this stuff to this thing. Could have used belts, of course, but that's a little bit too much of a cost, and it also involves using sushi belts, which I do believe that I'm not going to be able to avoid in this game, which is not among my favorite things in the world, but I have to, I guess. Buildings, yeah, it's these buildings that have no connection. Okay, so we can reconfigure some of our drones into hauling drones. Let's configure 4 of them into hauling drones. Not sure what I want to do with this just yet. What I do know is that I would like to mine the aluminium here and here. This one would be better to get this area mined out, because I think I actually want to transport the raw regolith upwards. There's also the matter of, am I going to do the multi-regolith stuff or not? Well, I obviously will be doing it at some point, but it's involuted, I've noticed. You can build one of them, and that's okay-ish, but the moment you want to build more than one, it starts to get complicated. I was looking at, I mean, I could do that, but it requires me to pause the game, but I was kind of looking at something like, just find an area that's big enough to support that, like here. Production? No. Here. If you have one of them like this, and then I saw that you could have, I think it was 2 actually. So the iron output will be here, and the that's ice, I think. No, it's titanium or aluminium. Not that it matters, but say that we wanted this to go up there. Then what I could do an underground conveyor, say there. Oh, it would actually go all the way up there. There is room in between. Yeah, no, there is only room in between if you have 3 of them, or 3 spaces. But I could do something like, say this, and this. That wouldn't work. Because this would now have to go there, this would have to go there. And then this would have to come out here. And this would have to come out here. And it would have to go down again. So I'd have to remove this and build it 3 away, as I thought. And like that. As you can see, this is getting quite costly. So there's that as well. Do I really want to do this? So like that, and then this one would go to there. And now I could have these others meet up like so. So we have a belt going from there to there to there. And they would then meet up here. It would be the same here. Go to there, into there. And that would meet up there. And that means I would have 4 belts coming out like this. So that would be whatever that was, iron, silicon there. I believe that one was the so titanium or aluminium, silicon and iron. But belt wise, this is 50,000 almost. And then I would have to extend these belts into the various like smelting furnaces, and then move on from there to rolling mills and so forth. So for now, I think this is too expensive, to be honest. So, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks. One of the things that I came up with. It's probably horribly inefficient, but it's something. But I think I'll stick to the single extractors and the single regolith refineries for now. I imagine that if those big mining vehicle things give us the rare earth minerals, probably also give us regular regolith, and that I kind of suspect that facilitates the need for using multi-regolith refineries. So the thing with these hauling drones, hauling drones, they are much slower than the regular drones, but they can carry up to 10 items without having any specific upgrade, because this one is going to the elevator with 10 steel instead of having to go 10 times. The speed is made up for by that. The issue is that when it starts picking up one and one item, so if this is carrying one item from point A to B, that makes them horribly inefficient. So, and I haven't found any way, I don't think there's any way to prioritize it. The devs have continued to optimize how the drones prioritize things, so hopefully the hauling drones prioritize doing tasks that are more suited for bulk loads. But I don't know. Probably can speed things up a little bit. Sorry about that. And I did it again. My hand and the shock mount. We've emptied out most of the stuff from over here, so it's actually mostly in that container. I kind of feel that that means we can tear this one down. Prioritize picking that up and build a belt. I also tested the what do you get back from deconstructing belts and stuff like that. So per 1,000 you get back 750, and then when I was perusing the technology tree, I noticed that somewhere far down there is modules recycling. I think this one gives you 100% back, so when you get that you can basically build and rebuild as much as you want. Not that far down, but it is expensive. Yeah, when they have things like this, it kind of tells you that you're going to have to use sushi belts whether you like it or not. Expedition... It has moved off. Nice. Probably gonna run out... No, it's not going to run out of batteries either. This one did. But this one seems to be fairly okay on battery power. $300,000. Yes, we can build, because we are going to need aluminium. Mining extractor. Can I fit 2 on this one, I wonder? It most certainly does not look like it. No, this one fits 1, period. So 1 it is. And we can just follow the power lines up to about there.
Director, the communication system for the cargo terminal is active again. I'll try to establish contact with Hope-2.
Director, finally. We're ready to depart at any moment. Just provide the terminal coordinates. What? You weren't informed? I'm afraid we're not in a position to disclose other people's secrets. Our lives now depend on Crust goodwill. Send the coordinates. We'll deliver the package to your leadership. Hurry up. Our time is running out.
Okay.
Of course I gave the data to Hope-2, but what did they actually mean? Crust is not telling us something.
Really?
It's not surprising that Crust is utilizing others for its own purposes, but if I were you, Director, I'd ask them a few questions.
That sounds like a good plan to me.
They have signed us up for a complex secret mission, and the least they can do is tell the truth. Connecting with Clyde.
You must understand that under the current conditions, Crust's priority is to save as many lives as possible. This is not just about the crew of Hope-2. We need to understand the origins of the accident and make sure that it never happens again. We've requested Hope-2's navigational materials and flight recorder for examination. As soon as you receive them, transmit the coordinates of the Atlantis research complex to the station crew. Don't forget that all the data you receive is strictly confidential.
Okay.
It's a strange feeling indeed.
Crust is working to rescue the crew and contributing to the benefit of humanity, yet they're holding hostages on the damaged station. I'm not sure I feel comfortable participating in this operation.
It's not a good idea to question Crust's methods, at least not openly. Only by participating in this operation can we influence the course of events. We'll make sure the crew is safe, Ratchet.
That doesn't sound ominous at all. So this miner produces 20 per minute. I can upgrade it once. I think it's worth to do, which is 30 per minute.
Director, a dispatch has arrived at the cargo terminal. Get it using the rover and contact the station.
Okay. Guess you need to go there instead then. Whatever that is. There's Atlantis. So this one takes 20 per minute and this one now produces 30 per minute. So I need to get the other aluminium node up and running as well. I think I'm mining this currently. There's not that much left, so that's fine. We can make do with what we have here currently. And that means we need not belts, but we need a smelting furnace. Set this to make aluminium. Need to pause quickly to copy. I think that's gonna look better. There we go. So what's the contract we have here? That's the stupid one. Let's look at the available contracts. These guys... no, I don't think so. Malachite. That one looks decent. 100 engineering research. 30 days. No, for 50 days. Okay, we're going to do that. That's quick and easy. Oh, and I'm on the larger cargo pod, so I'm wasting money on that now. Let's see if there's something we can actually make some money from as well. Like, say, bricks, since we have a metric ton of those. Yeah. And this one looks interesting. The Nerpa. This one looks even more interesting. Take that one as well. I don't think we can send these resources just yet. We have steel and titanium both readily available, not too far off from the elevator, so that's good. I half regret putting this here. That's that one done. It's going to take a little while since they need to transport up, but it does help with the hauler drones here. Okay, so we've finished the basalt excavation speed 50%. That's good. Of course, that applies to the tough, rare mineral-rich rocks, not the regular stuff, but still. I'm wondering if we should go for the large storage. I kind of feel I want that. I wonder what this is. Suitable for drone use only. I'm gonna go for the large storage next. I suspect that what I said, I wonder what this is kind of like the...
Director, we have received a transmission from the station and have responded with the coordinates of the Atlantis complex, as directed by Crust. We can... What? Incoming call from Crust. Transferring to you.
Director, you are holding Hope-2's navigational materials, which give us the correct course to the point of impact. Save the coordinates, and destroy the flight recorder. The contents of the flight recorder are the property of Crust. It is in your best interest to comply with the instruction without further questions. I'm counting on your discretion.
Uh-huh.
The contract requires us to comply and destroy the onboard recorder, which could reveal the reasons behind the crash of Hope-2. It seems that Crust cares more about preserving its secrets than human lives. The question remains, what could be so valuable that they would delay evacuating the crew from the damaged station and risk their lives? We could eliminate the data and forget about it, or examine the black box data before destroying it. But in so doing, we risk falling out of favor with Crust. What do you say, Director?
I say that we're actually going to examine the data before destroying it. I don't think they have some kind of transponder thing in there that they can actually see that someone has read it, so, well, examine it.
The data from the Hope-2 flight recorder turned out to be incomplete. It's as if someone deliberately deleted everything related to the meteorite, leaving only the coordinates of the impact with the lunar surface. However, even the fragmentary information was enough to reinforce Professor Wilfrey's doubts about the official cause of the disaster. More and more signs indicate that the meteorite never existed. Questions continue to arise, and the answers are on the far side of the moon.
Yeah.
Hope-2 deleted the most interesting things, as if they knew the information had to be destroyed. I can't blame them. No one should be trusting Crust. But now, I'm even more eager to get to the bottom of it and find out the real reasons for their caution.
Director, there are coordinates for research storage among the data. I suggest we take a look at this place to see if we can find anything useful.
That's useful. Okay, so we can send the rover scout to this radio traffic. As for the cargo truck, I mean, why not go pick that up? And then go back to base. Go on, there we go. That thing has 2 of our bots, so... Now this is going to take a little while to fill up, but that's fine. I could connect that belt up to that one, so that we fill up this one even faster, but... I think I'm going to wait until we have the large storages. Which, by the way, also means cutting off the belt here. And we can tear down this and the belts. Oh, that one at least. We might need more solar power panels. Oh, it's because they need repair. You know what? I think I would like that to be prioritized. Because that's kind of important. I'm just going to go through them and set all of them to max priority, because that is vitally important. I know I can use this. Okay, I can use this and see the icon. Okay, so they're all prioritized. And now we should do the same with the batteries. There's one thing I definitely do not want to deal with. It is our power infrastructure going down. Contract completed. That's 51,000 and also more relations. Let's go have a look at the contracts again. We do have this one still, but it's not something that I feel that I want to do currently. Society of Metis. Fuel seems to be a big thing for everyone. This one could be interesting. I would say that is definitely interesting. So we are going to need to use the larger cargo pod for this. Our miners are idle. That's not that's interesting. That's not too bad. I tried to say that and that's interesting at the same time. So that's not interesting, apparently. I would also like to mine out all of this because this is the area where I think we're going to build the housing room. There we go. As we do have water available. There is a research facility at the crater. At the main entrance are numerous cargo containers marked with the logos of Grakwa SA and ACIL corporations. Drones are buzzing around and there are active conversations on the radio. Upon learning about the approaching rover, a radio call comes in. Take the call. Hola, Director. I represent Grakwa SA, a company specializing in advanced agriculture. Don't be surprised by the activity on the airwaves. We and our partners are engaged in an active dispute over the rights to this facility. This research center was our joint project for the development of new types of extraterrestrial crops. After the disaster, some of the staff were evacuated and our esteemed partners decided to take advantage of the situation and appropriate the facility for themselves. Is that so?
Greetings, Director. I represent the interests of the ACIL enterprise. Do not listen to the accusations from our former partners. They were engaged in the development of a new type of plants, but we provided all the infrastructure and equipment. According to the contract, in case of an emergency, the rights to the facility and all developments should pass to us. But these farmers do not want to fulfill their obligations. On the contrary, they demand we transfer the facility and all developments to them. This is simply outrageous.
What can we do?
Director, in this situation, we can use the emergency powers Crust gave us to put pressure on the corporations. We can give the samples and with the equipment to one side of the conflict or the other, take it all back, or send a botanical specialist to reopen the facility to benefit our mission.
I think I'm going to just hand the materials over to the farmers.
Giving the samples to the farmers makes the most sense. They know best how to handle this moon celery.
Director, if things continue like this, we'll become close allies. We've invested a lot of effort into this research and are immensely grateful for your support. As a token of our gratitude, we'll give you a license for producing these crops.
These farmers are good guys. Now there'll be apple trees on the moon.
Moon celery, which turns into apple trees? Okay. If you say so. I'd like to clean things up here. This is a very untidy and messy area. There's also the matter of... I've completely forgotten about that slag up here. It's not bad. Which is good, because the belt would be expensive. This one, I believe we can tear down. I like the animation on this thing. Kind of funky when it turns around very quickly. Okay, can we fit more than one miner on this, I wonder? Certainly doesn't look like that. Looks like there's one position only for a miner on this, and that would be there. Oh well. Apollo 12, Houston? Have they used the original? Radio communication between the Apollo missions and Houston in this song? That's novel, if that's the case. I'm not sure. Yep. This one goes there. And that one can go there. That should be another contract completed, so another 51,000. That one is very tempting. We don't need a larger cargo pod for this. Standard one, no. Let's do a faster one. Like that. This one is carrying one, I think. Normally they would go around and pick up several of them before they go back. I'm not sure why that just picked up one and left. Maybe because it's clear underneath the entire thing? There we go. We are getting 0 green. That's mildly problematic. Should find a contract that gives us some green science then. like this one. I'm not connecting the belt up until this is double in how much is running on the belt. So this
Director, we have
has to catch
detected an
up.
object approaching the surface of the moon. It must be... Director, we received a message from the Atlantis complex area. We transmitted its coordinates to the Hope-2 station, so perhaps the crew managed to evacuate successfully.
Director, it's a good thing we could reach you. I'm speaking on behalf of Hope-2 in our commander's stead. He did everything to get us to the evacuation point. We've taken shelter underground in the underground part of the Atlantis complex. Many are wounded, but we'll manage if we can get the complex in order. The explosion damaged life support systems. We need resources and repairs. Please, help us. We can repay you with information that will interest Crust. Commander Moore saved us at the cost of his life, but he never betrayed his ideals. He wasn't completely honest with Crust. Perhaps that's what doomed him. If it saves the lives of my colleagues, I'm willing to compromise, so that the commander's sacrifice wasn't in vain.
The commander tried to outsmart Crust, and now the information he wanted to protect is his team's only chance for survival. It's hard to think about it, but we have to take advantage of the opportunity. The data could be useful.
You have 30 days to do that.
Director, we're closely monitoring the situation with Hope-2 and are aware of the offer you received. You already know that Crust made a deal with the station's commander, and the crew is not prepared to fulfill the terms. They leave us no choice. The Atlantis complex is powered by 3 power plants. Without them, the life support system will become useless. The rover can disable them. The classified data they were going to share with you could destroy many more lives than just one crew. This is more important than us. You know what needs to be done. For the additional trouble, you'll receive a generous reward.
Director, you're not seriously considering this option, are you? Yes, the Hope-2 commander tried to outsmart Crust for nothing, but it doesn't have to be at the cost of the lives of his crew. No data is worth a human life.
No, I agree with that, but I'm not sure if I can actually reach them in 30 days. It's turning into night. And one night is 14 days. And then it has to drive all the way over there. And it has to load up with the components. This is going to be a tough one. Not sure if that's going to be possible at all. We shall give it a go, though. Yeah, no, I am... That's an evil mission. I need to drop these things off and then load it up. And it's already... I don't think this is going to work. I'm going to try my hardest. Okay. Good. That was not what I intended to do. Need to find that cargo rover. That's down here. Drop things off there. And it's almost done anyway, so it's not that important. Okay, it's dropped stuff off. Good, now set an expedition, select transport, cargo truck, deliver 121, send. My main worry about this is that the rover will run out of power before it reaches there. But it does have full batteries, so let's keep our fingers crossed, I guess. this actually might work, which would be very surprising to me. But if that expedition rover had been, say, up here at the distress call or something like that, or out here, this would have been an automatic failure. Unless I wanted to just kill them. But what if my scout rover was also over here somewhere? Are any more interesting contracts available? Now this one looks very interesting actually. Accept, send. Do I need... No, I don't. We can switch to a standard cargo pod. This one can store 2,000. Okay, that's handy. What I can do is upgrade that conveyor. Upgrade that one as well. Just do it like that for now. I probably want to move this power pole around so I can actually take the belt in that way, but... I did not expect us to be able to do that, but apparently we are. Finished a contract. That gives us a little bit more science, good.
Now send a cargo truck with drones to fix the facility. Remember, our friend's time is limited.
Sorry. So we have 18 more days. Okay, this is getting tense. I should have ended the episode, but I don't... for the first of all, I don't dare to end the episode because I don't know if I save the game, if this is actually going to stick. The other thing is that this is so tense that I kind of feel that we just have to get through it. At least the battery will definitely not deplete because it will be day. The big question is, can they fill up the resources? do it like that. I'm not going to activate any contract or anything now, because I just want to make sure that I have those resources available so the drones can get them up here as quick as possible. ALIGWO is the Automated Laser Interferometric Gravitational Wave Observatory. I wonder how many people they needed to come up with that. A network of 5 observatories was constructed on the Moon with active participation from Crust between 2073 and 2079. The primary goal of the project is to detect and study gravitational waves of cosmic origin. The observatories are located thousands of kilometers apart from each other, enabling researchers to determine where the gravitational signal is originating. The observatory was damaged by an explosion, but there may still be valuable equipment or data regarding the nature of the recent disaster. Perhaps it's worth sending a rover with drones to investigate. Okay. Unknown find. If I scan here, do I find anything of interest? Yeah, there's something over here. There's something over there as well.
Director, I congratulate you. Our lunar production is so popular that companies are willing to approach us directly, bypassing the common tender system.
And I've denied several contracts because they were completely outrageous, so that's interesting.
Certainly this is great news, and by fulfilling urgent contracts, we will receive increased rewards and earn an excellent reputation. However, companies will expect us to be supplied in remarkably short time. If we can't meet their expectations, or if we frequently reject their requests, they'll think twice next time before contacting us.
Somehow I feel we've heard him say this before.
I strongly encourage you to take urgent contracts to a higher level, because the entire business reputation of our company depends on them.
Is that all you're gonna do? Okay. Well, I'm worried about this. The second power unit. This is probably the third power unit then. Hazardous material storage, eh? Interesting. I didn't know there was so many POIs you could scan for. Seems to be all over the place here. 10 days left. Unidentified vehicle. I hope you've left. Yeah, you're leaving now. Good.
We came across an unconventional rover at the site. It lacks passenger seats and a cargo compartment, instead featuring radio equipment. Oddly, the rover remains immobile but fully functional. Upon inspection, we discovered that the rover is equipped with radio interception and direction-finding systems. It systematically stores intercepted data in its memory blocks. Strangely, there are no discernible markings or symbols to identify its owner or affiliation.
Well, obviously I'm going to break into it. Requires 2 modular terminals and 5 microcircuits. Okay, so nothing of interest now at least. Let's go to the private lab. I do believe that the private lab is just somewhere you can buy, let's see, like we can buy science points here. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. 10 days. 90 days. Say yes to that contract. Just to get some additional green. Could probably do the same for blue now that I look at it. I'm going to take 200 for 90 days of blue. I wonder if you produce fuel, if that can go into these vehicles. I'd probably require it for the higher level vehicles. Yeah, look at this. Fundamental. This is really expensive. No, thank you. Okay, so we can mine these materials on the moon. Interesting. Yeah, that kind of adds into my theory about those vehicles. Anything of interest going on here that I want to pay attention to? I don't think so, but just to make sure. Well, there is actually. We have mined out the area around there. Let's take out the area up here as well. This is really in the nick of time. I do apologize about the length of this video, because this is not as long as I want the videos to be, but to avoid bugs and also to not leave this on a potentially really nasty cliffhanger, because I'm not sure if I am well enough to record again. I know I can't record another one back to back, so the question is, how do I feel tomorrow or the day after?
Objective achieved.
Director, you've truly saved us. Thank you for not leaving us stranded. Regarding the data I promised, you'll find a backup copy of the black box on the central data server. Before you ask, yes. It's still on the station, which has likely collided with the moon by now. The server is well shielded from outside elements. It will remain intact even if everything else is irreparably destroyed. You'll need an encrypted key to access the server. I'll send it to you along with the coordinates of the resource storage right after this message. Crust was particularly interested in the observation data from the station just before the explosion. We couldn't analyze it due to equipment damage, but I can tell you one thing. The sensors did not detect any large celestial bodies until the moment of the presumed meteorite impact. The information that Crust is hiding is now in your hands, Director. Somehow, I believe you'll make the right call.
The official version of Crust is just a cover-up for something bigger. I can't wait to look at this data.
Director, we're very glad that you managed to maintain the functionality of the complex and save valuable scientific staff from the station. The Hope-2 crew has been through a lot, and they need time to recover. Remember that we can't rely on their conclusions right now. We will conduct our own investigation into the provided data. Continue to act according to plan.
Yeah. But yeah, with that, I think we'll wrap up the episode here. So, if you actually watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. I hope that you are still enjoying this, and also I hope that my slightly distorted voice isn't too disturbing. If you have any questions and or comments, then please do feel free to leave those down in the comment section. And for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all the next episode.